How's it going, everybody? JK Fantasy Football here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a 14-team mock draft. I've never done anything past 12, even mock related, so this is definitely going to be interesting for me. Same PPR format here, but let's randomize the position here and get it going. Second, okay. So, I don't know too much about... Oh, here, actually, let's change this back to the normal settings. We're going to just do 1 QB, 2 RB, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, a flex, and 6 bench spots. I don't really know too much about 14-team, leagues or drafts in general, like I said before, but I think one of the main, kind of ideas behind it is just kind of getting value where you can, right? So, surprisingly enough, Christian McCaffrey goes at the 101. I think it's very obvious that Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor are the, 1 and 2. I talk about it in pretty much every video, but it's just because that needs to kind of be cemented into everybody's heads. Nobody else should really be going before them, in my opinion. There's just a tier, and they're just way above everyone else. Personally, if I'm at the 101 this year, I probably am going to be taking Christian McCaffrey. It comes down to safety versus risk factor. CMC definitely has the higher upside, no doubt about it. But with the injury problems. But we're definitely going to be going ahead and taking Jonathan Taylor here. You definitely cannot be mad about taking Jonathan Taylor. Such a safe pick. So we are, like I said before, 14-team league. So this is definitely a lot more interesting. We're going to get some players that don't normally fall off the board as quickly as they normally do because we don't really see it that often. But let's go ahead here and run through it. So we got Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Joe Mixon, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Swift, Travis Kelce, Nick Chubb going in the first round, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Leonard Fournette, Javonte Williams, Mark Andrews, Saquon Barkley, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Breece Hall. So let's kind of take a look here at what we got going for us. So we have Jonathan Taylor here. Running back-wise, wow. I mean, running backs flew off the board, and that was to be expected. You got great wide receivers still going on over here. Keenan Allen, I think I've talked about it before, but I think he is the start of a drop-off. It's not that much of a jump from Keenan Allen to T. Higgins and Michael Pittman, but it's definitely a jump. Kyle Pitts, I love Kyle Pitts this year. I just don't think I want to take him this early, or even on the turnaround. I think we can get better value at the tight end position later on. Josh Allen, great QB, definitely QB1, but I can't take him this early. So, I'm not in love with these running backs here. I think what we do take is Keenan Allen and then see what running backs fall to us. So we have a good 2 at the RB1, RB2 slot. So let's go ahead and take Keenan Allen here. We'll go ahead and look at the draft board. So after I take Keenan, it goes A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle. So yes, so all the RBs that were still there are still there. You got James Conner, David Montgomery, Zeke. I'm throwing Travis Etienne in this mix here. Personally, if I had to choose one, it would be Travis Etienne. Then it would be Zeke. I think Zeke is definitely being undervalued, but I talk about it all the time. Travis Etienne is my go-to this year. I'm drafting him as much as I possibly can. I think he's just absolutely poised for a breakout year. So, you got the debate here, Zeke, Travis Etienne. I have them right next to each other. Because I take Travis Etienne so much, let's go ahead and take Zeke, and we'll see how we feel at the end of the draft. So let's take Zeke here. Alright, so after we take Zeke, it goes Kyle Pitts, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, T. Higgins. Wow, great value at T. Higgins there. Josh Allen, James Conner, Cam Akers, Patrick Mahomes, Antonio Gibson, David Montgomery, Deontay Johnson, Justin Herbert, J.K. Dobbins, George Kittle, Darren Waller, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Mike Williams, Allen Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Brandon Cooks, Travis Etienne, Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown. In no way should Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins, or Antonio Gibson be going before Travis Etienne. That's just not, they're not super far behind him, but they just should not be going before him. I mean, he almost made it all the way back to me, and I would have snagged him up. So let's take a look at what we got here. Tight ends, we're at the drop-off. At this point, we're ready to just wait till the end. Wide receivers, we're kind of in, this specific tier of wide receivers, I'm not loving this year. I know a lot of people are super high on Courtland Sutton, and I know a lot of people are super high on Jerry Jeudy. It's really, honestly, when you have two pieces of an offense, one of them is going to do exceptionally well, and the other one is going to do decent, right? They're not going to do horrible. Neither of them are going to do horrible, especially not with Russell Wilson at their, QB. But I don't trust myself in picking the right one that's going to blow up. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be Courtland Sutton, but I'm not comfortable taking him here, in my opinion. So you could go for another RB here. Elijah Mitchell, AJ Dillon, Miles Sanders. I'm not. AJ Dillon would be my pick at the running back here, but I think having a top 4 QB falling to us in a 14-team league, I think we do go ahead and take Lamar here. Let's see who comes back on the turn here. So they take Amari Cooper and Elijah Mitchell. So I think we're kind of in a spot where, even though I'm not in love with taking one of them, I do like both of the Denver wide receivers than anybody in this tier. These are all players that I'm loving drafting, every single one of them in here, but I can't go ahead and take a Darnell Mooney or a Rashad Bateman or an Elijah Moore while these two still being on the board. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take Courtland Sutton. Like I said before, if I had to take one of the two, I would take Courtland Sutton. Let's go ahead and draft him here. So after we take him, it goes Rashad Bateman, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, Dalton Schultz, Russell Wilson, Darnell Mooney, Michael Thomas, Elijah Moore, Juju, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Hopkins, Adam Thielen, A.J. Dillon, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Drake London, T.J. Hawkinson, Damian Harris, Gabriel Davis, Dak Prescott, Zach Ertz, Kareem Hunt, and Devontae Smith. So let's see who's still on the board here. We have Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott. We have Lamar Jackson at QB with Keenan Allen and Courtland Sutton. I'm not mad at the draft right now, especially with it being a 14-team league. There's nothing to be upset about here. So like I said before, there's plenty of tight ends this year. I'm perfectly okay waiting, even getting someone down here. I'm perfectly okay with it. You got Hunter Renfrow still in the wide receiver range. You got great players down here. I'd probably go ahead and take Russell Gage, Christian Kirk over Hunter Renfrow. I'm not opposed to Hunter Renfrow. I think he's an excellent player. Just a little bit of a crowded offense. I'd rather go with someone who, like Christian Kirk, he's really the only kind of guy in that offense right now. You got Miles Sanders. Let's take a look at here. Does it say? Yeah. ADP is 66. We're not that far past 66. I mean, we're pretty far past it, but not that far. I'm not a big Miles Sanders guy. Who I am a big fan of, though, is Chase Edmonds. There's no talking about it here. I mean, he's the RB1 in that offense. Yeah, I'm drafting Chase Edmonds. Let's be real here. He's going way too late. He is going way too late in these drafts. I say it pretty much every video, but we will be taking Chase Edmonds here in the flex spot. And then, let's see who goes. Dallas Goedert, Tom Brady. Okay. Now we're probably going to strengthen up our wide receiver core a little bit. Like I said before, 14-team league, right? You get into a 12-team league or a 10-team league, you're most likely not starting Chase Edmonds, right? He's probably going to be on your bench. But you're not mad about starting him because he's an RB1 in an offense. I mean, you can't really be mad about that. Let's look at the wide receivers here. I like Russell Gage. I like Christian Kirk. Like I said, a little bit more than Hunter Renfrow this year. I think Robert Woods is a very sneaky pick. He's a sneaky pick. Who I like more, as of now, I think I like Russell Gage a little more. At the beginning of that season, the offense is wide open, right? I don't see any reason as to why people are fading Russell Gage. Let's go ahead and draft Russell Gage here, and we'll see what happens. So it goes Matthew Stafford, Treylon Burks, Kirk Cousins, Hunter Renfrow, Tyler Lockett, Allen Lazard, Aaron Rodgers, Miles Sanders, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Derek Carr, Robert Woods, Chase Claypool, Tony Pollard, Jacoby Myers, Cordarrelle Patterson, Ken Walker, Devin Singletary, Sky Moore, Rashad Penny, Ramondre Stevenson, Melvin Gordon, Jarvis Landry, James Cook. And think about it too. When we get down in this range, you're going to be seeing a lot of players that maybe you don't normally see when you're watching mock draft videos. They're going to be like those flyer picks towards the end of the draft, but that's just because you're adding an extra 4 players every single time you go around. So it's you definitely delve a little bit deeper into those rankings. Let's take a look here. So tight end, we're probably going to snag a tight end on the way back here just to secure one of those. I like guys in this range. So let's take a look at what we got here. We got Michael Carter, Nyheim Hines, Ronald Jones, Alexander Madison. If I had to choose between one of these guys, it would be Alexander Madison. In the wide receiver position, I think Kadarius Toney is very undervalued here. We could definitely go Kadarius Toney if we wanted. Still got Tyler Boyd, Chris Olave, guys that I like here, Tim Patrick. But let's take... this is tough, actually. I like some of the wide receivers later on. I don't love some of the running backs that you get later on. So let's build up the running back core a little bit. Let's take Alexander Madison here. And then we'll take a tight end on the way back. So it goes Michael Carter, Nyheim Hines. You go over here, you get Pat Freiermuth, Cole Kmet, Dawson Knox. I'm a huge Cole Kmet guy. I say it every once in a while. I'm sure you guys have heard it from me before if you've watched the channel before. I'm a big Cole Kmet guy. But personally, I do think Dawson Knox is going to have a better season. It's close. I think Dawson Knox is a little bit low here, in my opinion. I don't know why he's as low as he is. But we're going to go ahead and take Dawson Knox here. I love that pick. So it goes Kadarius Toney. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Kadarius Toney, Garrett Wilson, Ronald Jones, Tyler Boyd, Chris Olave, Tim Patrick, Damian Pierce, Christian Watson, Rondale Moore, Devontae Parker, Kenny Galladay, Michael Gallup, Pat Freiermuth, Darrell Henderson, J.D. McKissick, Mike Gesicki, Isaiah Spiller, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Cole Kmet, James Robinson, Hunter Renfree, Jahan Dotson, Robert Tonyan, and Marlon Mack. So we will take a look here. I think we can safely take a wide receiver here. These wide receivers are, you're looking at wide receiver, lower end wide receiver 2s and higher end wide receiver 3s, I guess you could say. Like, that's kind of what you're looking at here. A guy that I love in this range is Jamison Crowder. He's definitely going to fill into that, that role, that Cole Beasley role, if I had to guess. He could fill into that Emmanuel Sanders role. I'm not really sure, but he's filling into one of them, and I like him. I like him drafting at the end of these rounds. So let's go ahead and do that. And then it goes DJ Chark, Raheem Mostert. All right. So, Trey Lance being here too is definitely interesting as having a backup QB, but no, let's not do that. That's not really that much fun. So let's dive deep here a little bit. As much as I love Tyler Algier, with the worries about Leonard Fournette, Rashad White's a great pick, but Mark Ingram is a solid pick towards the end of the drafts. Most likely Alvin Kamara is going to get suspended. We don't know. But if he does, Mark Ingram will be starting. He's not going to put up the most points ever, but, once again, you're getting an RB1 way, way, way at the end of these drafts. He's not an RB1 forever, but it's a good start, if you need a filler or something. I'm taking Mark Ingram here. So, it's going to be slim pickings on the way back here, but let's see. Khalil Herbert, Tyler Algier, Rashad White, Kenneth Gainwell, Gus Edwards, Darrell Williams, Irv Smith, Tyrion Davis-Price, Jamal Williams, James White, Sony Michel, Chris Carson, Shuba Hubbard, Jameson Williams, Van Jefferson, Deontay Foreman, George Pickens, Kenyon Drake, Brian Robinson, McCole Hardman, Boston Scott, David Njoku, Samaje Perine, and KJ Osborne. So let's take a look here. How many picks we got left? 2? All right. So let's go with Trey Lance is still here. Honestly, in a spot like this, like in a real draft, if Trey Lance was still here at the end of a 14-team league, he wouldn't be. But if he was, I'd probably just take him. Have that safety blanket of a backup QB, right? You could go a backup tight end here if you don't feel super confident in Dawson Knox. I do. So let's try to target a little bit more of some of the sleeper wide receivers. Tight end wise, you could grab Gerald Everett, Alberto if he has that job. Austin Hooper, Brevin Jordan even. But let's focus on RBs and wide receivers. I've talked about them a lot before in my videos and TikToks. I'm not going to draft them here, just so you guys can get a little variety. Jalen Tolbert down here, Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Michael Gallup potentially missing the beginning of the season. He's going to be the wide receiver 2 in an offense. I'm taking that all day. You know what I mean? Like he's just got so much upside. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but John Mechie on the Houston Texans, he got drafted this year. He's probably not going to be able to play football at all this season. He just got diagnosed with leukemia. Prayers up for that man. Hope he gets better. So let's take a look here, wide receiver-wise. Nico Collins is a very sneaky pick, okay? Nico Collins on the Texans, he didn't have the best performance last year, but that's because not a lot of people knew his name. You're still getting comfortable with Davis Mills as his quarterback. I think they're going to build that rapport. I definitely like Nico Collins this year, so I think we're going to go ahead and draft Nico Collins here, honestly. So with our last pick here, we got Noah Fant and Trey Lance went off the board. Look at that, Trey Lance gone. So let's take a look at our team real quick. We have Lamar Jackson, Jonathan Taylor, Zeke, Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, Dawson Knox, Chase Edmonds, with Russell Gage, Alexander Madison, Jamison Crowder, Mark Ingram, and Nico Collins on the bench. You can't get that mad at that team. Like I said before, I've literally never done a 14-team mock draft before, so this looked way different for me. The team is definitely not as stacked as I'm used to, but you definitely cannot get mad at this team. Zeke is going really low this year. I mean, Cortland Sutton, like I said, he's someone I'm not super high on, but he fell to me in a spot that he shouldn't have, so obviously you got to take him when he's there. So I would say we don't need another RB. I think we're okay with an RB. Let's grab another wide receiver here. Someone else I definitely like this year is... you got quite a few names in here that I'm not in love with. I'm not gonna lie. On the Indianapolis Colts, right? The wide receiver 2 spot is kind of open right now. It's between Paris Campbell and Alec Pierce, the rookie. They're both gonna put up a good fight. I have Paris Campbell at a slight edge, so if you need to take a last round real flyer, you can go ahead and draft Paris Campbell. There's plenty of guys down here you could grab, but personally, I'm gonna take my tried and true guy, Jalen Tolbert. I talked about him, last round, but I love Jalen Tolbert. I can't escape drafting him at the end of these drafts. It's crazy that they have him so far down here in the Fantasy Pros website because he deserves to be way ahead of all of these guys. So we're gonna go ahead and take him here and round out our team. In our very first 14-team mock draft, they ranked us an 89 out of 100. I'll take it, right? I'll take it. Definitely not something I'm used to. You guys will definitely have to let me know in the comments how you think I did. If you guys have done 14-team mock drafts or even just leagues in general before, definitely let me know how I did on this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a nice day.